Hello and welcome to lesson 6 of your course. Welcome back to Special Data Hub. In this lesson, I'll be showing you my top 7 plugins that can help you make maps faster, fix errors, and also export maps to the web, as the case may be. You can use a topic walkthrough in the description of this video, or you could sit tight and watch, and you're sure to benefit one thing or the other from every plugin that will be discussed. So the first is Topology Checker. The Topology Checker is a core plugin. For a fact, you need your network setup to install plugins, so do not do that. The Topology Checker is a core plugin, you can't uninstall it. But more often than not, many people don't have this checked in. You search for the Topology Checker, click on All, search for the Topology Checker, and check this box to make sure that your Topology Checker is checked. What this Topology Checker helps you do is to check for data integrity. Are there overlaps? Are there intersects? Or as the case may be. So this is what the icon looks like. When you click on it, you can, I think mine is open somewhere. Okay, yeah, it's open here. It opens a panel here. Click on the settings and add your rules. I have a video that discusses this completely. So if you want a detailed video, you could do that. You could check the description of this video, and you see validating this shows you the number of overlaps between these buildings. And that's it for the topology checker. The next plugin I want to talk about, before you skip it, wait for a second and I'll show you something that you might not have known. That is the QuickMapServices. QuickMapServices. Click on it, use it to add base maps from different sources. But more often than not, I realize that many people just have their OSM standards on their QuickMapServices only. Yes, but you can get more from it. As you see on my own, there are so many other map services like the S3, Bing, Google, the different versions of Google, different versions of S3. I'll show you how to get that. To get that, go to Settings. Under More Services, click on Get Contributed Pack. Mine is already updated. The last version of this was downloaded. Click on OK, save, and now you'll see all of these other services, map services that I can easily drag. Let's check the Google Hybrid. Excellent. You can add them to your base maps, to your map canvas for better use. The next we'll discuss is the QuickOSM. The QuickOSM helps you to download OpenStreetMap data from directly into your map canvas. Let's just delete this. Yep, we have a QuickOSM here. So I'll upgrade this later. You can download your plugin. You'll see download plugin here. Close. We'll go to vector and you see your QuickOSM. I'll also add it in the description to this video a detailed view of how to use the QuickOSM. But let's say, for example, we want to download highways. Yep. Highways. Anything is fine. Service. You can select your canvas, your map extent. Let's say our canvas extent and run query. It gives you the class of roadways which you downloaded. I downloaded for service, so it's not very connected. You could also use a selection to download all. You could use this to download buildings. You could use this to download some other amenities like hospitals in an area. You could use this to get railway stations, railway routes. All of these things are possible with the QuickOSM data, and you're downloading it directly on your map canvas instead of downloading the very large data from the website. The next I'll be showing you is the MMQGIS. The MMQGIS can be used to geocode addresses and coordinates. MMQGIS. I have mine unchecked. There's also a new version of this plugin. When you check that, you could use this to geocode. You could use it for so many other things too, which you could play around with. Animate lines, combine lines, create buffers. I typically don't use these too, but you could try them out. I use the other tools. These tools are mostly also in QGIS processing toolbox. But for this geocode service, you could use this to get addresses. You could use this to get addresses. No, this is direct geocoding, reverse geocoding. I'll add a link in the description to this video on how to do reverse geocoding with the MMQGIS. So you import your data, import your points, you have your coordinates, you import points, and you could get the addresses of these points. I won't run that just in case it takes longer than necessary. So do well to check out that video for a more detailed outputs. The next we'll be looking at is the QGIS to web. The QGIS to web helps you make web maps in a fairly easy way. It's not very easy, but it's pretty straightforward compared to writing this code from scratch. So the QGIS to web, this is installed already. You would find it under web, QGIS to web. You can create a web map. I'll need to update my plugin. So ignore. You can create a web map from your QGIS to web. So with that, you can make it interactive. You can create pop-ups. Again, a link is in the description of this video for you to go check out. And then the last of this tutorial, the second to last, this is the sixth, which is the OpenTopography DEM downloader. If you're working with topography DEM data, you'll realize that most times you have to download large files and then have to clip these files to the point of interest, the location of interest. Instead of doing that, you can use the OpenTopography DEM downloader. It requires an API key which you can get for free on their website, and nothing serious with it. But with that, you can download DEM data for a location of interest directly into QGIS and just the location which you request for. Yeah, you could use a mask layer, a boundary layer, or your map canvas to download your data. And then finally, is our AutoSaver. Our very good AutoSaver. What this plugin helps you do is that while you're making changes to your data, while you're making edits to your data, it automatically saves your data. Do well to download this plugin, and if you are checked, after a while you'll see the AutoSaver pop up here. What this does is, here it is. Yeah, you can set it up that it autosaves at every 10 minutes or 20 minutes. This video is not 20 minutes yet. You can set it up at a good interval, but it might disrupt your work. And then you can also set it to save to an alternate backup file, or save to the original file which you are using. Do want to check out that video as well. If you've got other great plugins which helps you work smarter and better, leave it in the comment section and let me know. what the best plugins are. If there are plugins which you want me to cover in my next session of this video, do well to let me know as well, and I'll see you in the next video.